your lumens. Alright people, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. We're doing some more testing on our portable flex. This is the portable flex technology. I gotta bring my fan up too. My fan on that side pushed down on my case head. I'm right back up and attach it. But anyway, so doing some more demonstrations on our desktop PC screens. This is a blue version of AdTech. These are the ones that allow me to use these smaller projectors, which I like to use because again, we don't generate a ton of heat in here. So let's see what we got going on this one. YouTube. Oh, you got Robocop on that one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Where the heck is it looking for this thing? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna watch some more videos on Facebook today. Get that done. Right, we don't need this. Liquid screensaver. Liquid screensaver. Beta fish, black background. Hologram abstract art. You know, 29 of that. What I'm looking for. Okay, what's going on over here? Got a whole movie up there that we're not supposed to have up there. Black background, beta fish. That's very cool. I'm getting the recording from the back. So we can hit this one here. Let's see. Fire 4K. Background, snow, screensaver. Background, snow, screensaver. So projection would have to be in the front. Let's try it that way. 4K falling snow screensaver. You know what I requested to make my job easier. Of course. This is a 2-code application. 1-code application would have been crystal clear, so these would require 1-code applications only. So they would have to be right up on top of glass in order to see the emblem. Screensaver, Vortex. Okay, let's see. Application. Let's go transfer into the case. Water screensaver. The large ones. This was open for the first time. Water spraying screensaver. Water spraying screensaver. Actual water. Water background, screensaver. Let me look with the city for water background. What would that be all about? Raining screensaver, water. No, should be. Water filling up screensaver. That's a vortex. There's nothing to do with it. That's bubbles. Get as close as we can. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's try that. Okay. Let's try that. Now, let's see. That's one application. One application spray, the other one is 2 application spray. Let's see what we got going on here. Testing that. Testing this. You gotta blast a bigger surface, a much bigger surface. What do you need a big one? Let's see this scale. Let me do it that way. Blast a bigger one. Ice clock screensaver. Broken window screensaver. Broken screen. That's pretty cool. Doing a thing. Interesting. Broken glass screensaver effect. Broken glass screensaver. What's the actual broken glass? We have one. Oh, that's freaking cool. That's freaking cool. I like that one. Shattered glass screensaver. Oh, make jokes in between. That's freaking cool. Oh, too busy. Nope. Been done already. Beautiful countryside scenery.
SK2's exclusive ingredient, Terra. See 5 years younger looking skin.
Outer space screensavers. Blown for too long. What planet that is. Look at the nebula. Digital clock with world display. Real-time digital clock with world display. What is the cost? Center screen at 77 inches for an LG. That was what we're going against. There's just no point in the whole projector thing. We have our fun. That's what it is. But technically, to be truthful about it, we don't have a screen to test against our technology. We don't have one. We don't have one. We literally have to go against the TV. And that's what we're designing the technology for, the versus TV. I know for all you gray screens out there and say, oh, no, just put your hands down. It's stuff real here. Real stuff here. No joke, no say, real. Can your gray screen operate in my environment? I had 24,000, which we didn't even know we had that much lighting in here. And so I was looking at the rods and I'm thinking like, okay, like how much lighting we actually have in this environment. It's 24,000 lumens that comes off that ceiling. You couldn't survive in 24,000. The sun is 100,000 to 120,000. You can't survive out there either. Heck, you can't survive anywhere we have in here. We're not trying to be rude or be disrespectful, but it is what it is. You know, like I said, if you feel at the end of the day, anything that I said out of my mouth, you feel that it's defamation, that gray screen can read 100% contrast, it can pick up in fully lit environment, do all the stuff we can do, let's go to court. We don't want to go to court. We don't want to talk about that part. All right, then guess what? Stop lying on YouTube. stuff does not function the way it's supposed to function. You don't have the capability. And the only screen I can see, well, we're going to test against that dark screen, that what's that screen, silver, no, Smartest Surface has a black screen. We tested it before. They didn't do well against the white levels couldn't read high enough. They were doing the same thing I thought they were doing. They weren't picking up high enough white levels, and they required high-rate projectors to do it. But this technology is different. This technology is a completely different form of technology. And it makes screens go dark. At 300 lumens, and even in a halo system, it'll still make a screen go dark. So that's every gray screen. For those people who take it personally and think it's just about them, no, any gray screen related. We put a certified dark gray screen. It didn't survive it well. So with that technology, if you go light, your screen's going to suffer because you can't read the contrast of that screen. It reads an infinity 1 black level that you can't pick up if your screen's too light. If your screen's darker, it can cause your screen to become extremely dark and unwatchable like it did with the daylight screen. If your screen's lighter, one of the risks you're going to have at the day, like I said, contrast, and your screen will turn orange. It'll give it a tannish look to it. If you dip in the area of white screen, now you got to deal with the contrast. And all along, your color's just not going to survive that screen, or even the ambient light projection technology embedded. We see what we did today. We took a screen and literally stuck it next to 24,000 lumens of light over top of us, including the halo system that was sitting inside of it. Wasn't even phased by it. I'm going to do a mashup. When I put in the mashup, can YouTube match this? We're challenging everyone on YouTube to match that demonstration. There isn't anyone. We know, we've done the research. If there was, we would have seen it by now. If there was such a thing, if somebody doing exactly what we did, we would have seen it already. We would have saw a long time ago. That traditional nonsense is done. Hologram.
Steel tracks in full computer mode. Use DuckDuckGo. A moving private browser. DuckDuckGo.
That's 424,000. Mind the desk is higher, so it's closer to 24,000. I'm striking the screen right now from back to front. That's the screen we had outside that absorbed the sunlight at 50 lumens. It'll cakewalk in here with no problem. That technology will cakewalk anywhere. That's the one we're going to make out of the TV technology, transparent TVs. We know LG sells those TVs when they're extremely expensive. I've been over to Best Buy, I've looked at these things, they're incredible. But you can see flaws in them. The technology is far more cheaper. We can make much larger screens. We can curve them. You have any idea what a curved screen? That screen's 77 inches. We can do screens at 100 inches, 469, 235.1, and we can curve them. Mine is technology's rear projection. The new ones we have coming out, the black ones, the jet black ones, you can't even see the projectors. It's on the high projectors. And the big old bulky piece of furniture standing in your face, but I sure enough don't want to see it. So we're going to build one. I'm going to build a transparent screen. It's going to be coated on with a Canon. These were rolled in, but this one's going to be rolled in with a Canon. So we can show up the screen and see what these things actually will look like. We're going to have to build a frame out of wood, so I'm put the wood cut there and get it painted black, and then basically size it so it looks very nice, very professional. So we'll probably do 3 panels. We'll do 3 panels at 48 by 36.
Raise the bar when it comes to taste with Kodiak's chewy granola bars.
From the projection equal mode here, we can hit 24,000 lumens to the lights over top, including the 6,000. So we got 30,000. That's a 30,000 hit at 2,500 lumens. Since the screen is pointed upward, that projector would have to direct that image straight up into that light. We're gonna need a bigger one here. We need to really test this thing out. Bring in some more to shirt those too. And mind you, my budget has to be under $200, so that's all we're allowed to spend. Let me do this cheap. I'm going to change the title to Ad Tech Invisible because we're always doing something different. Can't stick to the script. We're always got to do something different. There's a lot of stuff. I'm looking at this screen over here. This is the mesh. I got 4 different versions of mesh coming in to test that out. So if that reacts. Space dashboard virtual. Well, that's not exciting. That's the DR simulator. Space return. Cool. Starship dashboard screensaver. There we go. That's what we see. Star Trek Enterprise. me walking around. I don't generate that kind of air, but whatever. I think I want to work on the invisible technology and the flex system for the PCs. I'm trying to make decisions on what I'm going to work with. Definitely going to be working on more of that for the electromechanical screens, for the acoustic screens. I found out I don't need documents to go out in the park because I'm just setting it up and putting it back down, so I don't need that, so that's good. Alright, let me see. I wanted to do, let me see, I need giant tabs. So I need this to stay up. How do we run out of those? Yeah, plenty of them laying around. What do we do with them all? That's the problem. I just don't see all the time. We have a whole bunch of them. What are we doing? Story of my life. Where, and where? Next thing you're building is Velcro. Definitely I'm doing Velcro next time. I'm so sick and tired of looking for a whole bunch of them. And you keep losing them. When I put them in this giant drawer, they disappear. They vortex. One, that'll work. What I gotta do. Okay, you should press it again. Definitely want to open the door. It's hot. There you go. I saw that TV, a 77-inch. I saw that TV. Well, that sparked my interest right there. So we're going to have to build one about that size. So 3 of those panels at 43 by 36 by 24. We would get a good size screen out of that. So for our differences, we're going to put a halo system behind ours because our screens can absorb it. Oh, which one? Let me see. We might focus on this one. Oh. Liquid screensaver. That's what I was looking for. Finally found something that I wanted to see. This is what I was looking for. Water pouring and filling up. That's what I wanted. Over to this one. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Gee, this is what I was looking for. Definitely subscribed. Loving the video. Abstract. This is exactly what I was looking for. Let me get a picture of this so I have this on the note. Let me have this one. I'll just leave it open. Man, that's exactly what I was looking for. Now the smaller piece you saw here, where it's showing off, that's the larger version of it right there. Alright, again, like I said, I'm fascinated by these screens that basically see right through them. And for what they're asking for, the LG is very, very, very expensive. Let me go take a look at this thing. Let's see. What's that there? Definitely gonna get some videos of that. Let's see. Oh, wrong there. Take it off, leave it there. Alright, I'm gonna go over to, let's see. Let's go with, LG transparent screen, 77 inches. I just didn't let me finish it. But so how much does this cost? Oh crap. Alright, give it to me. Let's see this thing. Yeah, hold on to your bootstraps. That screen costs $60,000. $60,000 for the transparent screen. Transparent 4K screen OLED would cost you, at 77 inches, would cost you $60,000. Oh yeah, this is going to be a cakewalk for our technology. On so many levels, it's not even funny. And mind you, our technology here, this one can run on even the Valva and Remax projectors easily. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a cakewalk. But anyway, yeah, that's a lot of freaking money. $60,000? Yeah. Remember, everybody was hooking up the fire sticks to their projectors. People were doing tutorials on how to set a fire stick to the projector. Let's pause that there. Where'd my other video go to? Yeah, we'll go back to this one. Yeah, good luck on that one. Because bottom line, these things can go outside. These things are fully weatherproof. Oh yeah, I'm going to be on that forum site today. I'm definitely going to be popping over like, up 60 grand for 77 inches? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Try 235.1 at 106 inches. It's way, way underneath that. Alright people, I'm going to go. I'm leaving this one up. I'm definitely going to do some demonstrations on this tomorrow. Definitely. I think a lot of demonstrations on them all. And the one tiles are cheaper, but the big screens for the ones we have, yeah, it's $1,400 for 106 inches of this technology at 235.1, which is an actual real widescreen setup. And the projector to run it, under like $200 to do it easily. $60,000. No wonder my buddy's gonna be, he was buying all this. He wants the huge tiles. He wants the huge tiles all the way across. He probably was thinking about buying that thing. That's insane. That's a car. That is a freaking car. So what would happen if someone cracks the screen? What's the repair on that screen? You know it's going to be insanely costly. You know it's going to be costly. That's the good thing about people who buy like really high-end cars. It's not high-end cars, but they buy like a little update model, like high-end update model, like a now model, and then find out that the parts for that thing are like freaking insanely expensive. And if you had last year's model, it would have been a lot cheaper, but this year's model is like going to be crazy expensive. Yeah, that's going to be what happens. Yeah, covering this technology is flawless. Because again, like I said, we use 10. We're running it right now. We're running it off a 1050 graphic card right now. Same thing. $60,000. That's madness. There's no way in the world. We're just 4K. I can get an 8K projector for 10 grand. 8K for 10 grand. And you're talking about my tile size? I could do a 200-inch transparent screen with an 8K projector, and that wouldn't even cost me $60,000. That's crazy. You would be nowhere near that. I think that's what he's about to do. Because he wants 9 or 10 of those big tiles. And those big tiles, the biggest ones we got, we making tiles, is actually the size of a 100-inch screen. They're about 106-inch screens. That's how big the tiles are. One of them can make a 106-inch screen. That's how big he wants his tile system put in. So he's probably going to buy this freaking insane projector. No one in here is probably going to buy an insane projector. But that still would be cheaper than spending $60,000 for 77 inches. That's it. Yeah. No one is probably going to get these probably tower transparent speakers and all that, because I know him at the end of the day. He's a tech junkie. He's definitely going to do that. But he said that's what he was talking about. He said, man, the transparents are really crazy expensive. He said, if I want the size I want, I said, it'd be insane. The cost would be outrageous. And then for customers that don't want to buy those projectors, you don't have to. That's why we use the $50 projectors in our demonstration. I like that. That is nice. Want to subscribe? Y'all. Wow.
That's me, driving through the country, new vacation home, newly expanded business. I know what you're thinking. This only happens in dreams. Actually, it happened for me with help from a Wells Fargo career team. Ready to meet the dream team? You can, with Wells Fargo.
You gonna give us another commercial? Nope. He has one commercial. We're in that one.
Welcome to 8K Dream. We wish you an amazing experience with our 8K HDR content. You will experience footage of nature areas with unprecedented clarity. With 8K resolution, every smallest detail of nature is reproduced.
An 8K projector? What, $10,000 for an 8K projector? You can get them for under that. You can get them for $10,000. A high-end model is about 10 grand. You're gonna spend $60,000 for 77 inches. That's madness. And the 235 ones are like around $1,300 for the 235 ones at least this setup.
Subscribe and turn on notifications to enjoy more interesting videos from 8K Dream.
You can nowhere near that. The lights beneath that thing. You see that the glows? Man, I tell you, man. They got their own little neon show down there going on. That's freaking cool. I gotta research that. I'm curious. Well, people soon. We'll be getting our paperwork back. We'll be good to go. Get these things ready to go. I'm already lined up already. Some people are going to help me out to get this advertised and get it out there. We're going to do our advertisement next to TVs. So that's where we're heading at. That's exactly where we're going at. To have that screen absorb all that light up next to those lights, yeah, we can put the screens anywhere we want. That gives me clarification right there from the door. That makes me a happy camper. Now they sit there and tell you that in order to get high resolution, the best of the best, you're going to have to spend the money for the expensive projector. And you go, hogwash. Mr. Bird doesn't do it. He doesn't spend that kind of money. At the end of the day, his projectors cost under $200. So that means you don't have to do it either. Save a lot of money. Alright, I'm going to look at some research on that TV. I'm pretty sure with the OLED technology, like the other ones had problems with. I wonder if it does have any problem with the images burning into the frame. Is there a timeline when you have to turn them off? There's a whole lot of stuff I got to research about that TV. Now, would I consider that to be competition for us? No, we have that technology. My technology can sit next to a window and absorb sunlight. I don't think we're going to have a problem. We're good. And then the price tag they want for that thing? Oh, no. Nope. I just showed off that video with the screen was sitting up there and all that light the other day. Good gracious, that's insane. Yeah, we're pushing for it. We're pushing to basically give you a better option than spend all this money for an expensive TV. You can't even take outside. And God forbid if your kids smack that thing with a freaking metal spoon or anything hits that screen and damages it, you're done. That thing has got to be incredibly expensive. I had to call some people. Find out how much money does it cost to replace that screen if it gets damaged. Well, that's going to be a shocker. If you ever saw Malcolm in the Middle, where Francis' mom was in bed and she was sick, and she got that letter from the school that how he wrecked something over there, cost a lot of money, and she stood about it without bending her legs. That's how you're going to be when you get that freaking bill. That can't be right. That doesn't even sound right. It costs more than, yeah, that's what it costs. More than the screen. But I want to find out now. I'm curious. How much does it cost to replace that thing if it gets damaged? Because you know they got to be delicate. What about pixel burnouts? That's another issue. Does it have any problems with pixel burnout, dead spots? How well is the solid image? You can mask a Coke bottle. It does the same thing, but it shows something with a lot of contrast. You can literally see like your hand behind the back of the screen. It's interesting. TLC 4K demonstration. If you would ask our flagships, this invisible one would be one of them, and that black technology that can change screens. Those are the two. And they came from out of AdTech. So there's a gamer version of the AdTech, and that thing is absolutely insane. We were going to do this one because the graphics on here are beasts, but we can do better. We can do way better for gaming. Gaming application, it's a special type of screen. It has to look like magic. It has to absolutely look like magic. I mean, everything has to be. Let's say you're doing Call of Duty. It should be ultra dark, but when you fire up that cannon, that muzzle flash that fires up, that should be that bright red and orange combination. It should be flawless. So we got a screen we're developing. It's going to have a LED light system, chaser system behind the back of the screen. So it's going to be like a kind of, let's say, colored black technology that's engineered for gaming. It is going to be absolutely sick when we get done with this thing. It'll make any game system look incredible. Even the Atari 2600 will look amazing on it. I'm going to show you. Yes, let's see what is what. Oh, we even got a tab open? We do got a tab open. We're here playing Pac-Man. Okay, let me see. Pum 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 pum. Oh, library. I already gotta play some music. I got demos on here. I haven't even got a chance to get around to. I'll get there. Just been a little busy right now. I haven't played my Space Game. I've been in the console system for a while. Playing that one. I gotta finish the updates on that one pretty soon. With Cyberpunk in the console. I wonder if this game's launched already. I got some games on to check out. Let me see. Look at that Street Fighter. Makes everything like eye candy, literally. Oh, One Piece. Gotta get back into that whenever we can. That's a game we bought. Gotta get around to playing that one. Here we go. And this game requires minimum. It requires a 1060 or a 1050. That's 720p on a GTX 1050. That's it already. One of these I am going to upgrade to 30. Actually, I think I'm going to do both of them at 3050. The Fallout PC, which we're still working on over there. Really should have put this in whatchamacallit. And I don't think I have controllers. Where are our controllers at? Controllers are where? We don't even know. Let's see. Gee whiz, we don't have outputs for controllers on this baby. We need outputs. I'm gonna take the microphone system off the end right now. It's in there. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I should have definitely put this in big screen mode. Here we go. Yeah, we gotta build a bigger one. Definitely gotta build a bigger one. So I'm going to pop over to Home Depot and pick up the wood for it and the Velcro system for it. So we need a thin frame for it. It's going to be in black. It's going to be nice. It's going to cardboard, wooden frame for it. So it looks real nice. And then set up the pieces in one by one and lock them in. Go over to my buddy's garage and basically spray one out. Actually, we need 3 sheets. We need 3 sheets. Look at the graphics. This is 15% done. It's not even finished yet. And we're sitting here on a 1050 GTX graphic card. This graphic card is super old. 720p projector. Are we in training mode or something? Yeah, we should have put this in whatchamacallit. Wait a minute. Let me see. Don't need enough brightness. Heck no. Good enough going on with that. Let me see. Basic display settings. Screen shape. Oh, game control settings. Yeah, we gotta put this in big screen mode. No, I wanna get the big screen mode. Yeah, thinking about this game. Sorry about that. My buttons. Oh, let me see. So my CPU is doing, which one are we on? Oh, wait, liquid cooling system. I'm 32. Oh my, there we go, back in. Jeez. All right, so this is what my CPU runs in right there. And this is the one we're running that has 4,000 RPMs for the fans on it right now. That's in the cardboard box system, by the way. Nope, I'm gonna go back. Oh yeah, so I can do that? What up then? There we go. Yeah, that was a tutorial. Right. Oh, let me get down for you guys and see what's going on. So I'm gonna splurge, get myself a 3050, which we don't. It's only overkill. We don't really need it. And I'm going to pick up this game because I'm putting in a 3-panel system for myself. This thing is freaking. I can't get over how amazing this screen looks at 15%. We're going to try to see if we can boost it to around 40%. Basic training. I can't believe how crazy the graphics look.
Yes, take a breather.
Nope, we're not doing all that. All right, let's see. One second. I need to get my other projector in here. My other projector can fit in here nicely, but we need to put in a bigger screen, a much bigger screen. Definitely need to do that. Give me a second, a minute. So we're definitely going to be building a bigger screen. I got to explore with this thing a little bit more, and I got to open my door because I'm getting cooked right now. Definitely getting cooked in here. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna have to build a bigger screen. We're gonna need a definitely a bigger screen to show this thing off. So we're gonna start that project next week. We're gonna pop over to Home Depot, pick up the wood, get the measurements. So most likely we're gonna do it at 24 by 36. Wait a minute. We did 3. You know, 4 gives us 106 inches. I wonder what 3 gives us. A 24, blah, 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 blah. That's 50. Yeah, it's around 175. Yeah, 174 inches. That's how big our screen's going to be. No. 74 inches. Sorry about that. 74 inches. Yep, at 24. It's going to be 36 high, and it's going to be 74 inches in length. So, yeah. We're going to build one, a bigger one. Why are you loading from there? Oh, I know what you're doing. Gee, I know exactly what it's doing. Every time I mess with the settings on that for my wiggles, it does this. It actually throws my keyboard off balance. All right, people. I'm going to end it here. I got to get some videos. Let me see. No, basically don't say that. We can't say that right there. All together. And give me from here. I need to turn the thing off and put it right back up. Got to restart it. It does it every single time I go mess with something in that keyboard. I always screw my keyboard settings up. All right, people. It was downloading. Wait. Then what the freak was that? It was downloading them? It was downloading the videos. The whole entire video was downloading. Usually, you got to pay to download them. Now I got to figure out what the heck I did to cost that one, because I need downloads of those videos. Wait. So if it downloaded the videos, that means the videos are on here, which means I can take them off a flash drive and transfer them to here. Yes. I was trying to figure that out yesterday. Like, how in the world are we doing this? That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And while that's doing that, Curiosity, that'll restart itself already from the door. If my fire stick will activate on this thing. It should. Yep. Let's see. Bum. YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
For those people that want to react like a TV, there's Fire Stick. Yeah, and I finally got the Fire Stick to work on here, man. I had to do some stuff, but I got it to work. Learn a lot about a Fire Stick, you really do.
Hi, I'm Brother Nature. My sister, Mother Nature, grows everything organic, but she needs me to make things extra delicious.
Now we're going to use it like a TV because we got a Fire Stick hooked up to it. Can't play that and get in trouble. Let's go over here. I got some Mr. Bean. One of my favorite cartoons to watch with Cyril. Bean's always getting some kind of trouble. As you can see, man, the Fire Stick looks incredible on this technology. Well, I'm doing a 235.1. I think I'll do a 235.1. I'm going to get the ViewSonic. Because the ViewSonic, I get that one. I can do 235.1 and I can do 16:9 and 16:10 on it. So I can do, my screen set up for both. So I can do that instead. But we can really start showing this thing off. Because I really want to start showing this off. Let me open my door. This thing, I want to play with the Fire Stick now for a little bit. Wait, is your door shut? Because yeah, I don't think you're running up into some weird trouble. We're back here chilling, so you chill a little bit. The door again, get it closed. Get some air here. Now we're going to start launching our technology toward the invisible screen by LG. I'm already on their forum site already. Kind of going to pop over once we get our screen set up. We're going to do a nice slick black frame. It's going to be all made out of wood. And we're going to set up a 3-panel system just like that. So for the panel system we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit more stiffer. This one has a lot more flex to it, so it makes it hard for it to stand up. This one's going to be a lot more stiffer. And to ship these, we can ship 4 of these. Well, the shipping, put it this way, the shipping cost is extremely nice. So we can ship 235 point 106 inches for free because it's a very good price we got for it. So we can ship it for free. Where else we want to go? Since we got the fire stick hooked up to this sucker.
Any of us, our only plan is to make sure you keep your
Gaming application looks really nice, but we want to do something crazy with the gamers.
Super hydration body wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon infusion.
So I think next month we're going to show off the gamer version of this thing, and we're going to show off more of this one right here on a much larger surface. Battery's dying. Because I got to have some presentation screens. We got to be on site next month. I got to have some presentation screens for what I want to show these people over at City Hall. They've already seen some of our stuff, but they haven't seen this stuff. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And again, you got a projector, you don't have to burn that thing in full mode. You can have it in eco mode. And we could run it in here. We could run it in this environment with all this lighting. You could easily run this in your home with no problem. And then we got an ultra black version coming out. For long throw, but we specialize it for ultra short throws. That way you can hide your ultra short throw projector. And if you don't have one of the big expensive projectors, you can get that projector right over there for under 60 bucks, or actually under $100. And that projector, no matter what, you will always have the Infinity One because the screens are jet black on that technology. Oh, dang, I hit something. Here we go. Imagine you coming home, turn it on your screen, don't worry about being in the dark, or screen washing out, and all that nonsense. Much more cheaper than a TV. Future looks amazing. Oh, I forgot the Fire Stick do this one, doesn't it? Yeah, we have to be on PC. Oh, no. It's not the Fire Stick's fault. We died. Oh, let me see. I'm charging this literally from whatchamacallit. I think my, yeah, I'm charging it from my projector, and my projector literally has to be on in order for the Fire Stick to be to charge. So we got to do a MacGyver over here. MacGyver! MacGruber. And it wasn't even on. Which I thought it was on, but it wasn't. There we go. We'll put it over here. MacGruber. We gotta pull MacGruber now. So we can charge your Fire Stick. These don't have HDMI ports on it. Not HDMI ports. They don't have whatchamacallits on underneath them. USB ports don't have them. Oh, please don't tell me I have to go through the freaking process. I hate going through the process. I just got the Fire Stick running. Really? I'm gonna make us go through the process, people. All right. Well, I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be showing some demonstrations with the Fire Stick hooked up to this baby. Treat it like a TV. And we'll start working on the project of basically building a much larger circus, which is going to be a 75-inch screen. 75-inch screen. Whew. Back up PC. PC back up. Oh, gotta turn you guys to the side. Boom. And back over. Kaboom. Yeah, I'm definitely building me a bigger one. Let's see. We need a bigger one. We want to build a bigger one. Now, for the naysayers, real quick. I know you're going to say, but the black side, the whole thing is coated in our screen paint. Everything in here is coated with our screen paint. Literally everything. Why? Because I plan to projector map the entire environment. When we get all the equipment in here and everything we need, we're going to basically map everything in here so everything in this area basically lights up. That's why. As again, you don't understand my world at all, period. You really don't. We'd be the first one to realize, oh my goodness, a regular paint picked up right next to the screen. If that was the case, we would have failed every single black on black demonstration, literally. Even the PC cameras are coated in our stuff. Well, not now, but they were. We got to entertain those guys all the time. They need attention. They just need it so badly. Oh, Mike's wrong where it was side. Wait. It can't be on it. It has to be on this side, right? It definitely would have to be over here, but I did attach you. Or did I not? I did attach you. Oh, we disconnected microphone for controller. That's what we did. Oh. Smoke explosion. "4K smoke explosion." Here it is right there. Found it. Boom! That's what I wanted. Now we had to find it by that keyword. We can pick it up by that keyword easy.
It's
Oh, okay, let me get my area cleaned up. See what time we got. We got artwork to finish up on the PlayStation Cyberpunk. Now we got a bigger screen we got to hook up and design. We got a 235.1, another projector coming in, which is going to be ViewSonic. My price tag for that one is going to be $67. I've seen it for $67. I'm going to pick one up. That's what I'm paying for. That's basically about it. And it's a short throw. Which means I'm going to have the projector down there, so on top of my desk. Yeah, it's incredible. Really? So happy. I've got to build a bigger screen now. Taco, what do you think? Like design a bigger screen? Yeah. Bigger screen. Come get you out there, buddy. We'll be later on tomorrow. I do want to get the fire stick back on there. So most likely, I'm definitely going to be running the fire stick tomorrow because I want to give it more of a TV kind of setting. And I'm going to pick up for the projector, because we're going to do a 235.1 at 75 inches. We're going to pick up Apple TV, and we're going to pick up, because people are asking about Apple TV setups. I'm going to do an Apple TV, and I'm going to do the fire stick for our screen. It's going to be right across here. So I need measuring tape too on top of that. And I got to go to my buddy, contact him ahead of time and say, hey, I need to borrow your garage for a minute because I want to go in there and I got to blast a couple of screens. I'll do a blast job, get them done, and put them on display. And go over to Home Depot and get a some thin wood strips, 1 inch by 2 inches wide. Give it a nice frame, black, everything blends in real nicely. And we'll make sure we have enough to put the Halo system installed. Well, I got enough. 2 of these will actually do that screen that we're doing right now. No crankies, Ken. That looks absolutely amazing. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. And then soon, my customers will be able to pick up this screen, have it shipped to them for free, and we're about spending $60,000 for a screen. I wonder how much 100 inch. I got to go to these forum sites now and talk about this thing. Like, what is this thing at the end of the day? How much does it cost? What are the downsides? Does it suffer from dead pixels? Does it suffer from burn-in? Do you have to go through that whole thing with the whole waiting 24 hours before you shut the TV off and before you turn it back on? Got to know about this. How much does it cost to replace that screen? Mind you, we can design ourselves on any form of surface we want. We can use shatterproof plexiglass. So they got to throw a chair at that thing and it wouldn't even damage it. Yeah, try that with your screen. Today, I would damage your screen. Damage it. So curious. Let me see. How much would it cost to replace that thing? I'm gonna find out. I have all the stats tomorrow. All the stats tomorrow. How much is going to cost to replace that screen? Probably gonna be sticker shock. I used to be winding up like some freaking Japanese anime. Be spiraling like what the frick? It costs that much money? It costs that much money. That's insane. Bad enough, it costs as much as a car. It doesn't cost. It costs. Yeah, you can buy 2 cars with that. That's the car. That's the very car. Right there. At one point, it would have been a down payment for a house. That's the car. I know you're probably thinking, what about the color screens? We can do all of them, get it all done. We're good. We do the color screens. At the same time, I got to do these screens too at the same time. So we're doing them all at the same time. The difference is that technology pretty much needs an upgrade to reach its 50%. And the other stuff has to be tested on white levels at 1000 lumens to make sure they're reading correctly. And a maxed out environment, which we didn't realize we were eating that much light in here. All right, let me see. We're running this off the Picos now. Picos, we switched over to Picos now. The Pico projector settings. Which one? We're on this one. Oh, beatery scenery. Let's see. Cyber. Of course. I gotta get another set of microphones. I gotta buy another pair. Over here. Okie dokie. Let's get this done. Guys. We're at 8. Okay, I thought it was worse than that. I thought it was worse than that. Cyberpunk floating aloft. What are you? Wow. Oh, that explains a lot. I like these cyberpunk floating aloft videos. And I'm always curious, like, how is it floating? That would explain it right there. They just showed this outer part right here. They don't show the whole thing. That's definitely using nuclear fusion energy. It's definitely using, it's going to cough right there. Sick. Can you imagine that's going to be the future of homes? Just floating in the air? Got to remember to pay your gravity bill. They'll be charging you for gravity. Like freaking, what was that? I can't think of that show that came on. It was called the, something. I forgot what it's called. Total Recall. Was it Total Recall? Total Recall? Whether the price of air is going up again. Like, what air? Gee whiz. Back then, I thought that was the most crazy thing I've heard in my entire life. Somebody complained about the price of air going up. Price of air going up. Let's see if we got a time delay on here. Oh, I'm good. Got a little bit of time delay on it. We don't. Set up our screens. Pushed a little bit too far on this side. There we go. Where's the fire stick? YouTube. Why are you way over there when you could be a little closer? I don't know why you over here. Way too far over. Way too far over. Come on, be nice to the wire. This thing cut down so my system goes off on this power to run. There we go. That's perfect. All right, let's see what we got going over here. Got a nice little rainy scenery over here with some cyberpunk. We'll take that right there. Well, next time you know, don't vote for them freaking Republicans. Now you know. Now you freaking know. Now you know. See them true colors push through. But you'll have some idiot out there vote for him. Because there's always idiots that vote for him. But I think it outweighs the means. And basically, no Republican's going to be voted never again. It's going to be hard for them to do it. Now you got even red states turning blue. Got a chance to see their true colors. Even got Republicans joining Democrats. Yeah. We got in a conversation with a Trumper a couple of days ago. Talking about he's doing a great job. He's glad to have him as president. I said, well, guess what? I guess you support that whole treason thing, right? In January 6th. He get quiet when you talk about that. It makes you a traitor. And all the other nonsense of him being a dictator and all that nonsense, which ain't gonna happen, by the way. You start playing the games at the end of the day, you even rub your own friends the wrong way. That's what he did. Then he got caught in that whole freaking gate nonsense where we're talking about freaking, oh, it's a hot mess. But the good thing about it, if you've been watching it lately, he ain't winning jack. He go to the Supreme Court, they shut him down every single time. He just lost a major Supreme Court case involving that birthright nonsense he wanted to try to push through. He's been losing left and right, left and right, left and right. And then you saw Musk. Musk popped up there. I'm not a big fan of Musk, never will be. But even he popped up and said he's against tariffs. Good. Not saying good. You know why? Because it's touching him. That's why. If tariffs were never touching him at all, period, he'd be all for it 100%. But it is, because that whole Tesla thing is bad. I mean, it's really, really, really bad. And now they're digging in contracts for SpaceX, and they're canceling these contracts now. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got, when your stock starts plummeting, especially Canada put like 100 tariffs on his vehicles, and his main manufacturer is from China. You see how that's going, right? Yeah, that man's gonna go broke. Richest man is always the rich. People lose their money. That's what happens. People go broke. Keep in mind, he has a board of directors. Board of directors, they start losing their money. They start getting unhappy. They start getting happy. They start voting him out. They will vote him out of that company. Even if they vote him out, it's not going to stop the onslaught that's going on. He did way too much damage to his own company. So can he go broke? Heck yeah. Billionaires go broke. They go broke. Yeah. But usually, with a billionaire, like say Bill Gates goes broke, right? That's just Bill Gates at the end of the day. At least he's not hated over the entire world. That's a different story. There's one thing to be broke. There's another thing to be hated everywhere in the world. That's a different story. And then he got trolled over there. He was in some kind of freaking RuneScape or whatever game he was playing, and they trolled the daylights out of him in there so bad he rage quit. So that tells you how deep the hatred goes for this guy at the end of the day. And then, as I said before, the way he carried on out there with that chainsaw, jumping up and down, acting up and carrying the way he did like a little 5-year-old kid, there's no businesses that would touch him. Everybody deals with Trump pretty much gets screwed over. Did you ever notice that? Every person that touches Trump, their businesses crash and go under. They end up owing millions of dollars. Mayor Giuliani got sued for $149 million. He doesn't even have that kind of money. He had $49 million. They sued him for $149 million. He had sued for $100 million. They don't got that kind of money. He's broke. The Pello guy, he's broke. Broke. And he owes money. Because when people get that kind of money, they got to have it extending their credit. You know, I got to extend the credit. Then you got to pay those people back. And they ain't got it. He got to file. We filed for Chapter 11. Old Pello guy filed for Chapter 11. Yep. Everybody that's around Trump ends up going to some craziness. They're getting that reckless attitude. They figure they can do whatever they want without consequences. You have to pay for consequences. They'll pay for 2 ways. You pay for 2 ways on this earth. You pay by man's law and you will pay by God's law. You don't get away with nothing. If you ain't a believer, you will be when you pop over there. How's the term go? There's no atheist in the foxhole. It is not down to be an atheist when you're in a foxhole. Like the guy sitting and Twister. So what do? When these tornadoes pop up on you, get religion fast. You're gonna have to get religion fast. But anyway, yeah, it's all crashing down on them. Now they're talking about impeachment. They want to get rid of them. Of course they're going to get rid of them. Look, these Republicans, they got all kinds of business deals going on, and a lot of them are linked into China. A lot of them. You start messing around with their money, they're going to turn on you. And that's what's happening. They want to make it sound like they're doing it for the people, but they're doing it because it's touching their pockets. That's why. You know how it goes when it comes time for voting them for Senate. They're going to be all nice and kind. Oh, yeah, but just remember what they did. Don't be a sucker at the end of the day. I'm going to give them jack at all, period. I'm going to give them jack at all. They showed their true colors. I guarantee, I bet you those farmers over in that red state will never ever support Trump or anything he does ever again. Because he did them dirty. He did them dirty. He cut all their funding off. He did them dirty. Right now, Eon, the situation he's in trouble with is the fact that he's not a government agency. Get a government agent at them there, what do you want to call it, like representative for the government, whatever. He's not. And now they're digging into his background and digging into his books and digging into all his stuff now. Stuff he wants to stay quiet. He would have stayed quiet if he didn't get into politics. Now he's under a giant magnifying glass. So yeah, he's scared. He's definitely scared. Oh yeah. Unbelievable. Going to basically wipe out the government and basically make it so easier tax breaks for the rich. That's disgusting. So just so you know that if you are a Trumper at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. You guys get up there and you cry, you say, my president this and my president that, and oh, my president blah, 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 blah. You're nothing to him. You know why? You don't got money. My sister was right about one thing. She said something. She said, he ain't racist. He likes money. If you're black and you're a multi-billionaire, guess what? You're his best friend at the end of the day. If you're Mexican and you're a multi-billionaire, you're his best friend at the end of the day. But you little guys down there, you don't mean jack to him at the end of the day. Period. Because you don't got that money. The only color he sees is green. That's it. You don't see y'all. That's why he sat there and said that I don't need your vote. Of course he didn't need his vote because it was funding his freaking campaign. The richest man in the world. And look what that cost him at the end of the day. Now he's the most hated person on the face of the planet. The driving of those cars is a curse. You got people pulling emblems off those vehicles and trying to disguise them as other vehicles. That's how bad it is. It's even dangerous to take that car to a charging station. It's dangerous to do it. Yeah. So that's that right there. I tell you one thing, I bet you those Trumpers basically regret their decision because you never thought he was going to stab you in the back. Of course he's going to stab you in the back. He used you. That's what he did. He used you. 100% he used you. And you supported him. Think about all the money you gave to him. Every time he came out there asking for some money, you gave it to him. He came out with his own Bible, you guys bought it. Because I know it was on the set when you guys bought that Bible. Y'all bought his own Bible, y'all bought his sneakers, y'all bought his coins, y'all bought his t-shirts, y'all bought everything involving Trump. Some of y'all had your whole entire house plastered with all Trump gear. Trump, all over the place. What about it now? Same person that basically got you fired from your job, you lost your job at the end of the day. We took it all from you, right? And that's the person you voted for. They learned a valuable lesson. They learned valuable lesson. The ones that haven't learned that lesson, the ones that got money. Because they don't care. It's not going to affect them. They got backups. The rest of them people down there, they don't have backups at the end of the day. At all, period. Yep. Sally, Jill, and John voted for Trump, and I believe 100% that he was going to change America and make America great again. How's your future turning out? Even worse, what did you do to your kids' future? You destroyed that at the end of the day. Well, not destroyed yet. At the end of the day, they're trying to get them out. Now they had a survey. You have Trump supporters that are turning on Trump. I wonder why. The woman on YouTube was crying and screaming about her benefits got cut off. You voted for it, right? That's what you got. Shame and sad, true, but that's what you got. Now you got people stepping in to change that mess. All those executive orders, people signing off left and right, going all crazy with them executive orders, they shut all that down. It's got to go to the Supreme Court now. They're shutting it down. He even has judges that he elected. See, he was smart in some ways. He basically elected his own judges so that way he can get laws to pass through faster. That's why they was warning people from the door. That's why he had those judges on the Supreme Court. So that way, if he were to put something, an executive order, into law, they would pass it into law. They wouldn't fight against him. Those are the only people that can basically strike down anything he writes off that little booklet he has at the end of the day into an executive order. Since majority of the House is Republican, that's another nightmare right there. So you got Republican, the majority of the House is Republican. You have the justice, the Supreme Justice system is on his side. If it happened that way, that would have been an absolute, complete nightmare. Now, for all these people sitting there at the end of the day, these people who supported Trump, and you particularly don't like Mexicans, so you can sit there and say, no. I got Mexicans in my family, I got family with my family. If you commit crimes, I don't care who you are or what race you are, you commit a crime, you got to be deported. What was the guy? This guy just got in trouble over in the Philippines, a white guy. Got in trouble in the Philippines, carrying on and acted up, harassing people, just cutting up over there. And they arrested him over there. So now, they're talking about he got to do hard time before they're going to let him go. Because he broke the law over there. That's the way it is. So, but what he's doing at the end of the day, he's just grabbing anybody. He don't care whether or not you get papers or not. He's grabbing everybody. This person just got snatched up and got sent over there. And he's not sending them back to your country. He's sending them to prison camps. That's a nightmare right there. He's snatching anybody. There are people who have citizenship that got snatched. There are people that were born here got snatched. Well, next time you want to wish something where you want someone to be taken off the earth at the end of the day, be careful how you treat people. Now, we're going to mention his name real quick. Fernando can sit there and say, "What? No, Fernando, this does not include you. You broke laws over here. You broke a lot of laws over here." So that's a different story. That's like me going to Mexico and doing the same thing to you over there. Would I be breaking laws over there too over there? Yes, it would be. Yes, and what would happen to me if I broke those laws over in Mexico and the same thing to you over there? I would get in a lot of trouble, wouldn't I? All right, there you go. All right, up to speed. Let's move on. I got to address Karens from time to time. So yeah, the TikToker went over in the Philippines and carried on over there. Screaming and yelling, harassing people, chasing people, all kinds of dumb stuff to get views. And they arrested him. So now he's going to do hard labor. 15 years of hard labor. And he doesn't understand what the prison system looks like in the Philippines, because it is absolutely insane. He doesn't know what's waiting for him. Oh man. With all this stuff that's going on right now, it ain't going to last long. Like I said before, they just gave him a long enough rope to hang himself, and that's what he did. He was not for the lower class. He's not for the middle class. He's for the rich. That's what he's for. That's what Trump is for, the rich. If you were a billionaire and you're Mexican, you're his best friend. Got money. Oh, by the way, that whole basically deporting people for their birthrights, wouldn't that make his wife and his son in the same category? Because she's not born here. Well, birthright, yeah. Was she born here? I gotta look that up. Because she's basically, yeah, she'd be a foreigner at the end of the day. That would fall into the guideline with them too, on top of that. Somebody brought that up. I was like, yeah, it's definitely right. You're definitely right on that. Wouldn't that include them too? It would include them too. Now, how does that work? Oh, it's everybody else but them. Probably that's what it is. I would say, man, my timeline on this earth, I have never seen anything like that in my entire life. I can't believe that people were so dumb enough to vote for that. Mind you, I saw this crap going down when I was coming back from the store, and I saw hundreds, thousands of them up there. Trump shirts, hats, bandanas, hats, all that. I bet you it ain't going well for you right now, is it? Not only that, people who know you, that you're Trump supporters, I bet you they ain't treating you so nicely, are you? Because every time he does something stupid, they're going to take it out on you. That's what's going to happen. Every time he does something stupid, they're going to take it out on you. You don't see him running with them Trump hats now, do you? So those protesters that are popping up all over the world, worldwide, all those protesters, you don't see no Trumpers in there carrying on and that too. No, they're nowhere to be found. Wouldn't dare pop up in one of those rallies. You angered a lot of freaking people. Imagine at your job, you had Trump all over your desk when you come in the next day. And they know you caused all that craziness because you wrote that nightmare in. I'm not for attacking other people at the end of the day. I'm not for all that at the end of the day. They made a mistake. There are ones at the end of the day that basically at the end of the day, they're sorry for what they voted in. And they're trying to basically, they turned against Trump, and that's, I'm going to put that 100%, bar none. But then you got them other jokers at the end of the day that will basically say, well, he's doing a fantastic job. Like the joker I bumped into on Facebook, which I had to lay him out. I had to dig up some stuff and show him exactly what you voted for, and yeah, everybody in the room turned on him too. So he left. Dumb at the end of the day. Gee, but it's violated the Constitution left and right. I guess he don't read books. Doesn't know much about history. You know, people died for that Constitution, right? They gave up their lives for other people to have more rights. And you're trying to rewrite it. Well, I'll say it this way. It's God's world. It belongs to God. And long after all of us are off this earth, it'll still belong to Him. Man, that's some good water. And everything you do in this life, you're going to have to pay for it in the next life. Because there's no way around it. There's no way around it. Can't buy yourself out of this situation. What are you going to buy yourself? You don't need money. Over there, you don't have nothing. Can't talk yourself out of that situation. Open. There's no way out of that. Cotton candy grapes, I had them for the first time. They were amazing. I'll tell you one thing, when all this mess is over and done with, and we got to bite the next person in, you're going to do your research, aren't you? I think people are going to be much, much more wiser this time around. I'm trying to do a third term. Yeah, right. No third term. That's craziness. A third term. We're not having no dictatorship. We're not doing that mess. How do you think America became America? What's going on in England? the T tax, the stamp tax, all that stuff was going on. I think it was wrong that they dressed up like the American Indians and started dumping tea into the Boston Harbor, because that was jacked up. Like, gonna frame the Indians for that mess? That was dirty. By the way, that was real dirty. I'm blaming the Indians and dressed like, that's come on, man. That's dirty. But anyway, which is interesting and funny at the same time. It was sad and funny about the Indians, not that. The reason why we broke off from England and came to America was due because of tax. For tea and stamps and everything, they were just going crazy with taxes. They were taxing all kinds of crazy stuff. And that tax, a stamp tax, and that tea tax was a breaking straw. So we came here to get free from all that. We still pay tax on tea. We still pay a stamp tax. You know how crazy that is? Like, the most funniest thing I've ever heard on 4th of July, about 4th of July, is you're paying taxes you're paying taxes on a holiday about not paying taxes. What they should have did was, because of 4th of July, they should have, in the month of July, nobody pays taxes. That's the best way to celebrate the 4th of July. Nobody pays taxes. But the crazy thing about it is you literally pay tax on a holiday about not paying taxes. That's what jacked up. Spoken by Hank Hill of King of the Hill. You know what's messed up, Bobby? Paying taxes on a holiday about not paying taxes. Tight Kenny Grits for banging. Alright, people. Gotta go, have my little story time. Gotta go. But, yep. That's some craziness right there. Let's get some fireball on this side. Fire! I'm definitely gonna watch that. That's gonna be hilarious. You're supposed to drink. They said drink on the way. An alien. Okay, go. Greatest American Hero, which I'm about to watch in a few minutes. Every time I run into these lights, it reminds me of this flying saucer. Oh, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is my favorite movie of all time. It's my best favorite movie. Well, tomorrow I'm going to update the website. I got to force myself to do it. I hate updating so much. I think one time I cried on camera. It was so bad. I mean, there was a lot of updating. I had to redo the. Oh yeah, we changed you over to ILEG. Good gracious, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like 8 hours of freaking work on this site. Yeah. I gotta pay someone to do that. I literally do. I'm so sick and tired of doing it. I don't want to do it anymore, but I literally have to do it now because we have to have it done. Yeah, we gotta get it done. And this is the good one. Where's the other one at? Alright, people. I know I've been saying it for about a long time. I gotta go. I really do. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. A little chat at the end of it. That's usually what I like to do anyway in my videos. I just figured that's just me anyway. Got a chance to check out the demonstration. Now I have the screen behind it. Now we got to build a new one. I got to do a bunch of research now on this whole screen now. That they got that LG screen, so I got to pop some forum sites and ask some questions about that screen. I want to know everything there is about it. So we'll go from there. All right, got to go. Thank you for your time and God bless.